Hello, good morning. It's Wednesday. It's been ages since we've done a Wednesday, hasn't it? So today I have a new stamp set. Well, it's not, well, it is new, but I designed it a long time ago when I was designing the monthly make for last month, and I've just not got round to sharing it with you. So I'm going to share that today, though I'm not sure I've put the packaging for it, so I'll show you the stamp set. I can't show you the packaging, but it's a stamp for what I see, isn't it? And then we're going to get crafting with it. So I've got some card already cut. I've got a bit of an idea what I want to do, and we're going to take it from there. So if you liked last month's monthly make, the panel with the flowers, I've got a different one. I'm going to show you, not that. Let's see if I can find. Just grabbing a piece of white card so you can see the stamps. I'll do it like that. Right, there we go. You might be able to see them a bit better now. If we go to this one. So, oh, I'm zoomed in again. I keep doing this, don't I? Because I learnt where the zoom button was. Morning, Mum. So, this stamp set is inspired by our lovely flowers, but it's more of a generic set. So, it's circles. You all know I love circles, and this is just another circle design. So we've got this lovely panel, because you know how useful those are, and then, sorry, my face just popped up on my phone as well. So we have the lovely circle panel, and we have other circles to go within it, so like our flowers. But what's nice about this one is, even though I've put my red dots on, you don't have to stamp it in that way. You could stamp it the other way around. There is no right or wrong way of adding these in. So you get some big circles, and then you get some smaller circles. And then in this one, instead of putting some sentiments, I've popped some corners. So these corners are just going to be fabulous. Even on their own, with just with a sentiment, it'll look fab as well. So that's your stamp set. I'm going to move that to one side. I have actually got some samples on this one. So there we go. So you can see I have just used a generic sentiment with this one. Congratulations. And I've used both of them. You can just about see there. Yeah, I've used two very similar colours. Not very helpful, is it? But you get the idea. So you get your big ones, and then you get your smaller circles. And I think it just looks fab, doesn't it? There we go. So there's that one. I've got no space today. There we go. I'll have to go up there. And then another super easy one. So I've just extended this one. I don't do enough green cards. I've realised this spring we need to do more green cards, don't we? Don't think there's enough green. So we've got our lovely green one. And then again, I've just popped a sentiment at the bottom on there. Sorry, I've just been kicked out. Oh, it's going to be one of them days. I say that every time, don't I? I think it's just me and technology. The gremlins kick in and go, nope, no thank you. There we go. I thought I was all set up. Obviously not. Not today. There we go. So, lovely green. And you can see I've just used one of those sets of circles. So in this one, I've just used a tiddly one there. And I've extended our border like you could with your flowers as well. So just the tiddler and that one, and you could do the same, just the big one and that one. And then I've done this one, and I'm not too sure about it, but I'll show it you anyway because it gives you an idea, doesn't it? So here I've used those lovely circles from our panel as a background. So you can see I've done them in pink, and I've done them in, I think that's Twisted Citron. So I'll just hold it up. There we go. How cool is that? And then I've got some off Mum as well. So as their panels, let's create a panel piece on for them. So she's used this one and added the corner to it. So you could add the corner to it to make it into a block, which could be a really cool idea to do. And then she's just extended her panel there. Simply the best. I love that. I want that stamp set. And then again, just on the inside, if you notice, she's short chopped her front and then just used the circles from the corner stamp on there. Yeah. Next one, we've got a lovely DL, and these panels do work really well on your DL cards. And she's done exactly the same. She's used, there you go, great minds think alike. Look, so we've both just used the little one with it. So it works, doesn't it? You could use that big one with it as well. So it does look fab on a DL. And there's a bit of sparkle. There you go. Look at that sparkle. And that's one of the ones from this month's monthly make. And just spine. And then a card none of us like to make, but how cool does that look? Well, not cool. I don't think that's the right word, is it? How nice does that look? It's a lovely little idea there. Just putting it on an angle. Because I know I'm very set in my ways and it's a panel, so it has to go that way. But no, you can put it on an angle too. So there you go. Some ideas using our new stamp set. So I am going to play with that today. And I have got a 7-inch card already cut. I've got some blue backing. I know I'm going very blue this week, aren't I? And I've already chosen my inks as well. So I have got Peacock Feathers, Mustard Seed, Broken China and Uncharted Mariner. They're the ones I'm going to use. I'm going to actually move this to one side because I'm not going to do anything on my base. I'm going to use some leftover scraps. So these are just what I've cut off the edge of my A4 to make me mats and layers. And what I'm going to do with them is just create, sorry, I've got card and stuff everywhere today. I've got next month's monthly make on my desk. I've got some really exciting stuff we've got launching over Easter, and it's just all in the same place. Serves me right, doesn't it, having a week off poorly, a week or two off poorly. Sorry, YouTube just decided to, there you go, I'm back. I'm back. Right, my full attention now. Morning to Chezzy Baby over on YouTube. There we go, sorry. And my polymer's just arrived as well. It's one of them mornings, isn't it? It's like buses today. I've been waiting for my polymer since Monday. It was meant to be here on Monday, then it was meant to be Tuesday, and then it looks like it's just arrived today, which is wonderful because the barrels were getting a little low. Right, so anyway, let's get on and do some crafting, shall we? I'm going to start off with my circles, and I'm just going to choose any colour. I'm going to go for Broken China actually. Like I say, I've just got a scrap of card here. I'm just trying to make room on my desk. I am terrible. I had it all nicely tidy the other day. So just ink that up ish, nearly. I'm going to give it a bit of a spritz because you know I love that watercolour effects, the softer effects. So I'm just giving it a couple of little spritzes with my water, nothing too complicated. And I'm just going to stamp this so it's over the edge of my card because I'm going to make strips, like a bit like what we did on Monday, because I think it's going to look quite cool, a bit inspired by Mondays, I think. There we go. I'm just going to clean this stamp up because I want to use it again in a minute. And then I'm going to give this one a bit of a dry. with my little guillotine, my little chomper. Always the way, isn't it? So I'm just going to chop this off because I want strips. I want little panels. So it's 1.5 inch by the looks of it. Just over 1.5. So we've got one. I'm going to do another one in that, I think. I'm going to turn it over because I've got a little bit of smoosh left on there. So I'm going to go for, I think, the darker one. I'm going to go for Uncharted Mariner. Because I want my background to stick to blues. Because again, it's another good one for your bloke masculine. Can't say the word today. That word, you know. Plus it's Mr. Roo's birthday weekend. There we go. And again, I'm going to dry this one off. I love that Uncharted Mariner even. And then I'm going to chop this one down. But if you had lots of little scraps, this would be a great little scrap buster, wouldn't it? There we go. I think I'm going to do the other colour in it as well. So I'm turning over because if you can see, I've just got a little bit of smoosh on the edge of my card where I've just chopped it a little bit short. I might not use all of these, but it's an idea, isn't it? It gives me more to play with in a minute, doesn't it? Morning, Maxine. I'm trying to get everything out of the grooves. I've got peacock feathers as my third colour, so I'm going to do this one as well. Yeah, just checking it was my third colour and I hadn't done it already. And then again, I'm just going to do a quick spritz. Nothing too much, I just want it to start to move. And then we can pop it on here. So again, I'm just hanging it over the edge a little bit. Oops. Oh well. I moved that as I went down. There we go. Quite liking this. Look, we've got these ones already. Our lovely little circles. And I'm actually starting to change my idea. I was going to do it so that they were going up and down and things, but we might create more like a collage maybe. You can tell we're going to have a bit of a play, aren't we? Right, so I have done that one. Now I want to do exactly the same with my little ones. I'm just going to give that a proper wash this time. Just get that ink out those nooks and crannies. Otherwise, next time I come to stamp it, you just know I'm going to end up, I'll be using a really nice bright colour and then I'll end up with it all gone blue. Not that blue's not a bright colour, but make sure that's nice and dry. And then we want our tiddler. Oops. And again, we're just going to go through our colours. Might not use them all. Might do, might not. It's Again, just going to spritz. Oh, I did quite a bit of spritzing on that one. I did it the other way around on the others, didn't I? That'll be okay. I know, talking to myself. Oops, I did overspritz this. Can you see? I know I've overspritzed because I filled all my gaps in. So I don't have lots and lots of circles. I've got like one big blob. That's okay. No one's going to be having that close a look, are they? It's because I got a bit spritz happy. It happens. I'm not the only one that gets spritz happy. I'm going to chop it off. And we're going to stamp that one again. And it'll be exactly... Ooh. I was going to say it should be exactly the same, but it's not. There you go, chop that one off. I'll try again. Again, need the effort on that first one. But I did, you can tell, I overspritzed. It's only a little stamp, it doesn't need as much water as what I spritzed it with. Okay, this time I won't spritz it as much. I do need to aim at it though. Just aim right at my fingers. There we go. Yeah, that's a bit better. Still getting over spritzing. I'm just going to trim this off because I've got my smoosh from my last one. Oops, still at the top. There we go, and then we can chop this one down as well. There we go. I think I'm going to run out of card, but that's okay because we only need a little bit, don't we? So peacock feathers, broken china and uncharted mariner. Getting more on the back of my stamp than I am on my stamps. Again, just a really gentle spritz. It's a bit better. I find if I'm over spritzing or I'm getting a bit, you know, trigger happy on my old spritzer, if you pull, make the distance bigger between your spritzer and the thing you're spritzing, it does help because obviously it gets a bit finer, doesn't it? Which is why if you've ever done a make and take or a workshop with us, we always say it's like you're doing archery. You want a good distance between your spritzer and your sprayer, your spritzer and your work. Now, what's the chance of me fitting in that last little bit? There we go. Nearly there. There we go. And then, yep, not going to fit on that one, are we? So let me just grab another little scrap. We would have done if I hadn't have spritzed. It's okay. part of the fun sometimes, isn't it? Just getting messy and playing. I clean that up a bit because I've got it everywhere again. I'm having a messy, I was going to say a messy Monday, but it's not, is it? It's Wednesday. Messy Wednesday doesn't sound quite as right. There we go. The final one. And again, I need to get in all those little nooks and crannies on my stamp, just to make sure next time I stamp it, it doesn't turn blue. There we go. So let's dry this final one. And we can start to have a bit of a think, a bit of a ponder how we want this backing to look. I think it might be a bit much. I'm going to just chop that big blue inky pinky I've just put on off. Bring it down to about there. And twist it round. And chop. There we go. So I'm not going to start sticking anything down yet, but gives us a bit of an idea how it's going to start looking. What I was going to do was kind of do a bit of a boom, 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 you know, like a with a bit of that and a bit of that, like that, which could look quite cool. Obviously I'd space them a bit better, but what I'm now thinking, because they look quite nice all kind of ruffled together, don't they, is I think we are going to, I'm still going to do it this way, and we're going to go a bit more. Oh no, that's too much of a pattern, don't like patterns. A bit more like that, and then we're going to put the other one straight across the top. Yeah, right. Oh, I think that's going to take us a while, isn't it, to sort out how I want it to look. So let me grab another piece of card, and this time we want our lovely circles, and I need to pull them out. There we go. No, put it on the right way, shall we? And again, big stamp, so make sure you roll it on. If you don't, you end up with bubbles, and then that's where your stamping goes a bit wrong, or it does in my case. So I'm going to do this in black. Just make sure I ink up all of it. I've got a tendency to leave off the edges. Which when it's a panel, there we go. And I'm going to stamp this towards the bottom because we're going to chop it and have it hanging over the edge. I'm going to go about there. Oops. There we go. Ooh. Just whacked my laptop with that. And I'm going to give this a quick dry, just because we're going to put some of the yellow and I think peacock feathers. I think, not sure. Over the top. So again, it's versifying clear, so just when you think it's going to be dry, just give it a little bit longer, because it does stay quite wet for a while, which is great if you want to add embossing powders and things to it. Not so great if you're going to start stamping water and stuff over the top. Okay, I'm just going to get rid of those marks off my desk. And we want and do the big one. I'm going to do both of them, I think, because we've got yellow and blue. Okay. I have to do this one skew squiff. I should really put it on the poly mount, but you know what I'm like. I'm going to put yellow on first, my paler colour. Always work paler to darker, so if I wanted to add both of my circles to this, I will always start with my paler one first, whether it's the bigger stamp or my smaller stamp. Always start with that paler colour first, just because you can add to, can't you, but you can't take away. So if you start with your paler one and you think, oh, that is more than enough, then you can stop. Whereas if you start with your darker one, oops, there we go, gentle spritzing, and I'm going to do it this way. It's a bit difficult to handle this because it's on skew squiff. There we go. And I'm just going to pop this down. There is no right or wrong place to line this up, apart from obviously get it between the lines. The idea was it would go around these, but it doesn't have to. That's the nice thing about this set. It doesn't have to line up as neatly and tidily as the flower one. So if you're really bad at lining up, what I'm trying to say is if you're bad at lining up like me, or you don't like being told what to do like me when it comes to crafting, it is super easy to use this one. Now I am quite liking just that yellow. But we do need to bring our focal point and our background together, don't we? And I am making sure this is dry because I'm going to be I might be adding another colour to it, but I'm not sure yet. I might. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. I just want to make sure that yellow is good and dry. It does look striking, doesn't it? So we've got a bit of our background going on. Ooh. Ooh, decision time. What do you think? Should we put a little bit of the blue in? I think I might. Just put a little bit of that charted marinade in on those circles. It does look fab, doesn't it? Right. I think so. I could leave it like this. This is one of those moments where remember what it looked like in case it goes terribly wrong. Okay, let's just grab it out and charted marinade. Yeah, that one. And again with this one, you've got your two little circles this side, which is those two, but again if you don't want to line them up, there's no must. Morning, Linda. And we're just playing with something new. Would help if I inked it all up, and it's been a while since we've had a Wednesday, so I'm going to give it a quick spritz again. See, if you wanted to, you can line it up perfectly. What I'm going to do is just knock it back a little bit, so I'm getting some more white space towards the end there, because again, it doesn't really matter with this one. You don't have to line it up as the key. Not sure if I preferred it just the yellow. Let's take that off, otherwise I lose my stamps, don't I? Right, let's get this dry before it starts to bleed. Just gives me a very retro vibe, this one. I think it's all the circles. So, I'll grab a white gel pen. I'm just gonna. Ooh, that's hot. I know, it's just had a heat gun on it, no wonder it's hot. And again, because there are dots and dashes and all these wonderful things. Ooh, wrong way. I got carried away, then you can tell. I love just adding a little bit of white gel pen to them because I think it makes those little dots just jump. Yep, it makes them absolutely jump. And let me just blast that because I've just realised I'm going to pop it through my guillotine outer. Last thing I wanted to do was put it through my guillotine and just smear it. Won't be the first time I've done that. So I'm going to pop that in here because I know I'm going to trim this down. So what I'm just doing is eyeballing. You see this gap I've got here? I'm going to eyeball it down the side as well, which leaves me a nice piece for my sentiment. And then, oh, it did. I'm going to eyeball this one too. There we go. How cool does that panel look? So then we're going to grab our bit of it does look very effective. It looks, I do like this one. Simple, easy. It's one of those that help, you know, some days you just don't have, well, I don't. I just don't have that, oof, this is what I'm going to create. But I think this is one of those stamp sets that even on a bad day where you just can't get your mojo moving, I think it's going to be quite a nice little one to use. Especially, again, I keep going back to it, it is good for blokes. But that sympathy one Mum did as well, that was quite, you know, a nice idea, using it. I hadn't thought of it for a sympathy. Right, I'm thinking, you can tell I'm thinking, cogs are turning. I'm going to mat this one up. I'm not sure about matting these up. I do think they'd look quite nice matted. So let's move that to one side. I don't think I'm going to be able to chop this one, am I? I don't think my guillotine's quite long enough. I know. Might have to stand up and use my proper one. Come on, I hope I've got enough glue left in here. I'll have to sweet talk Mr. Roo into grabbing it, filling it up for me, because I just cannot grip the top to take the top off. So I used pliers last time and it chewed the top of it up. There we go. So I'm just going to trim this down. There we go. And then just a smidgen. That's just going to go like that. You know what I'm actually thinking? Would help if you could see. There we go. I'm liking it. I'm not sure if too much matting and layering, it'd be too much to mat and layer the lot. And then I'm thinking about the weight and the depth and stuff we'd get to. So instead of matting and layering it, I think I'm just going to drag each of these pieces through the ink pad. So that's broken china. That's broken china. Would have helped if I'd done this when I stamped it, because it would have been a lot easier. And it wouldn't have mattered about the smooshing on the edges either. So I'm just going to, if you notice, I'm just going to lean it forward ever so slightly so I get a bit of my ink. Maxine's just said exactly the same, just run the ink round it. Absolutely, I just want a smidgen. Just a smidgy smidge. There we go. So can you see there's just a tiny little bit on there. I think distressing it would have been too much. And then I suppose I could have mixed up my colours. Nothing wrong with doing that either. Could have run a black marker pen around it as well. Again, it was one of them, I want to do this, not quite sure how we're going to get there or what it's going to look like. And I've changed my mind. Because that's just fun, isn't it, when you change your mind halfway through. Peacock feathers. Charted Mariner's the easy one to see. It's the darker out of the three. Ooh. This is why I don't do this. There we go. There's my other little one. I was actually quite proud. Oh, I've done it now. There we go. I was going to say, I'm actually quite proud of myself. I haven't put an Inky Pinky on. Right there, look. Had to do it. Had to do it. There we go. Finally, Charted Mariner. Ooh, we could splat as well. That's a good idea. You can. What does look nice is if you put your ink on the table and then drag it through. But I was trying to go with nice, neat, white, you know, clean and crisp and all that. I should have known better. I know what I'm like. Last one. Oh, Inky Pinkies. There you go. If I hold it in the blue bit already, it's like a thumb grip, that, isn't it? Look. Right. Oh, don't put it on top of each other. This is why all my stuff is very, very grungy. Because I'm very messy. Right, I'm just going to wipe my fingers. I'm going to get a clean tissue to do it with as well. Because I seem to have turned myself into a Smurf, which isn't something new, is it? I always do it. Even when I'm not playing with blue, I still turn myself blue. Right. They're better than they were. So I'm going to stick that one to that one. And then we're going to start layering this. This is the fun bit, isn't it? Getting it all layered up. We don't, like I said before, we don't have to use it all. Because there we go. Right. I just need to be a bit careful because I know the edges will be a little bit inky. I'm going to pop that one right in the middle. This one's going to go slap bang in middle. Just like that. And then we're going to have this one. But it is a good scrap buster. You know me, my scrap box is just overflowing it yet again. It would. There we go. Oh, I've just realised I've done them two the same way around. I'm overthinking it. No one's going to notice, are they? There we go. And then we're going to pop these ones in. I'm going to do one. Ended up only needing two. So you know that one that I had, an inky pinky? It's gone. And I'm going to twist these down because you're not going to see much of them, are you? Bit like that. And that's going to come across like that. Loving it now. I'm going to stick it flat. I was going to, as part toying with using foam pads, but I think it's going to have quite a bit of weight as it is. Again, watch my fingers. Digger or something outside, making a right racket. And again with this one, I'm just going to pop it there. Again, no right or wrong. It's not even a right or way. I quite like it that way. This is going to come across like so, which I think is alright. I think I can pop it onto my doodad. And then it's whether we want a sentiment or not. So if you were part of this month's doody bopper, what do we call it? ATC swap. This is the stamp you'll be getting. So it's a bit of a sneaky peek. Happy birthday, gorgeous. And I'm thinking we might just swing that on from that side. So we might want to just wake it up a little bit. Well, to be fair, it doesn't really need a sentiment, does it? Oh, the decisions. No, I'm not good with decisions today, am I? I think I might just take that up a little bit. Like that. And then we're going to have Happy Birthday Gorgeous down there. So if you were part of the swap, this is the stamp that will be on its way to you once I nip to the, what do you call it, tomorrow? Post box. Not post box, post office. I was close. I've been waiting for a couple to come in, but they finally turned up. There we go. It's a hard one to line up as well, because you guys have got a right good swoosh on them, shall we say. And I've stamped that right in the corner. Should I maybe stamped it towards the edge a bit? That's okay. I'm changing my mind as I go again. And you're all sat there going, yeah, what's new? I don't know. Trim that a little bit. I know I could be measuring, but there we go. That looks okay. Let's just grab a scrap of our blue to make it match. Ooh. Do, do, do. Sorry, I just realised I had a load of blue on my desk. Let's get this trimmed down. Oh, sorry. I think sometimes it's the dry air. You know, I've been using the heat gun that sets me off again. Or actually, it's just talking some days. Right, let's try. There we go, that's better. And then, oh, I've just put my glue away and see, that looks alright, doesn't it? And that would be like that. How cool is this? Right. You can tell I love this stamp set. I think it's going to be a great one for just those like quick, easy cards. Sometimes, like I said before, it's a good one. Definitely need to fill my bottle up again. It's a good one if you've not quite got your crafty mojo there, but you need a bit of you need a card, a quick one. I think. No, I said I'm running out of glue and then I put loads on back. You don't need that much cosmic shimmer. I just like to go to town. There we go. And I was going to put that on foam pads, but I'm not. I'm just going to put the sentiment on foam pads. I'm really chuffed with this. Put that on here somewhere. I'll line it up with that blue we had. There we go. And then I didn't actually know if there it is. I was going to say where my glossy accents was, but it's right there. I'm just going to pop this one down here. Nearly upside down. That would have been fun, wouldn't it? Oh, decisions. I liked how it was before, to be fair. It's going there. Happy birthday, gorgeous. And then if my glossy accents wants to work, oh, a few little gems look quite cool, don't they? There we go. I do like adding just a little bit of glossy accents to my dots. Obviously, if you were making it to send it straight away, no glossy accents because they get a bit stuck in post. And yes, I have done that before now. Started to make a card and it was like, right, glossy accents it. Right, it's done, pop it in the envelope. And then when it got to who it was going to, it was all stuck to the envelope. I know, didn't think, did I? But there you go. Do love that one. It looks completely different, doesn't it? Let me show you some of the other samples that we have from this stamp set. It will be on website later today. Well, tonight probably. Oh, there's that sympathy one I was saying. Would work for a sympathy. Does work for a sympathy. It is cool. Lovely on a DL. Not enough green cards. Must make more green cards. And then we've got this one, which is just slightly smaller on the front. My very retro background, still not sure if I like that one. It's a need to work on that idea. And then just a really plain and simple. So imagine that with Lost Shadow and maybe something like Shaded Lilac with Sympathy. That would just be it, wouldn't it? That would look amazing. But I do like mums. I hadn't thought of using it as a sympathy, so I love that idea. So I hope you enjoyed that. I have had so much fun. I can't find my mouse. It's around somewhere. There he is. Should give it a name, shouldn't we, so we know it's gone off on a walkies again. Yeah. My big mouse isn't working. Oh, thank you all. Thank you for your lovely comments. It's a fantastic little set, isn't it? Just going to be so useful. And I think we can have loads of fun with those circles. Because I am loving that background. I do. It's one of those, I've used my scraps up and I've got a fab little background out of it. Cool. When are we back? We are back on Monday for some more monthly make fun, and watch out because I'll be sharing a sneaky peek of next month's monthly make as well this week. ATCs will be going back out this week. There is an ATC swap for April in the group, so if you want to take part of our ATCs and get yourself a little freebie stamp as well, head on over to our group and for all the details. So thank you for joining me. Oh, thanks Cheryl. I think that was everything. So this will be on the website later today. Back Monday 7 o'clock for monthly make, and watch out for a sneaky peek. That's everything. Oh, and ATCs, if you want to join our ATC swap, do head on over to the Crafty Roo, where all the information is at the top of the page. So thank you for joining me. I do hope you enjoyed that. I really did. You can tell, can't you? It's like, yeah, it's worked. Do take care, stay safe, and I will see you all again very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.